All right, it's Monday afternoon. Welcome out to another episode of the TM Warriors Players Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk Tuloso Midway Warrior football, but it's not with the coach. That's on Wednesday. It is with his players, and Coach V. Buriel picks players every Monday throughout the football season to come on. And today, I'm proud to say that we got two of the younger players. They're both sophomores starting on varsity. This is the future this year and the next 2 years. So, wanted to get to know them, put them out to the community and the surrounding areas, what we're seeing this year and what's coming in the next 2 years. And so I'm not going to say their names. I'm going to let them kind of tell you who they are, their jersey number, and so forth, what position they play. So, guys, whoever wants to go first, let the community and surrounding areas know name, jersey number, and position you play for the Warriors.
My name is Joaquin Trevino. I'm number 4. I play backup quarterback and DB.
Oh, my name is Noah Gonzalez, and I play left guard and right guard. Starting, my number is 77.
There you go. So you always hear me talk about that offensive line here with coach and love these guys. They're just some big guys. We've had a couple of them on. The center's the smallest one, and he's not really that small either. But guys, thank you for coming on and spending some time with me. You know, we do this podcast probably 12 to 15 minutes. Don't keep you guys long. I know you're a little nervous. Sophomores coming on, probably never done this before, but this is a great thing to be able to get your names out there. You guys are doing well, starting off 3-0, and we'll get to that. And your thoughts and feelings on how it feels to be undefeated, still going into week 4. Before we do that, Joaquin, I'll ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved in football? How long have you been playing it? And has it been there at Tuloso Midway?
I've been playing football ever since I was a little kid, since like 7 years old, Pop Warner or Pee Wee, and just loved it since. And I love the football program here. It's a good program to be in and to have a good future in.
Definitely. And I think what Coach Burial is doing there, and all of the coaches, right? It starts with him. He's the athletic director, head football coach, but also his assistant coaches. What has been going on there for the last couple of years, and how exciting it has been for you guys, right? To be able to compete for district titles. And then also, getting into the playoffs last year. We're building every year there at TM to get better. Joaquin, do you play any other sports for the Warriors?
Yes, sir. I play basketball.
Basketball. Well, we'll be jumping right into basketball right after this. So we'll probably be talking to you more there as when this season ends. We're going to continue to do and have interviews with the players and coaches like we do with Coach V and Coach Chopper there for football and volleyball. Noah, I'd ask you the same thing. How did you get involved in football? What age did you start playing football? And have you always played there for the Tuloso Midway Warriors?
Yeah, I always loved football. I always been playing since I was 4, and me and Jakey always been playing. This team was mostly play together, and that's why we always have great chemistry. Um, this program is very good, but I'm happy to be here again. And my other sport I play is powerlifting, and
That's great.
yeah,
Yes, that's great. And I mean, to have you guys there as sophomores, because you're both sophomores, correct?
that's great.
So Noah, let me ask you. So as a sophomore, you're a starter on varsity, right? Still young. Um, when you last year, is this your first year on varsity?
No, sir.
So you were on varsity last year?
Not this school, sir, but
Okay. So you come into TM and you make varsity this year. Uh, was that a goal of yours to try to make varsity your sophomore year? And what was the feeling like? Because everybody wants to be on varsity right their sophomore year. That's usually when the underclassmen are able to get up on varsity. But what was it like for you to know, hey, I made the team, and not only the team, but you're starting on that offensive line?
it was a great feeling. But my goals were always just to get better and improve myself, even if I wasn't on varsity. So that was always the plan
Yeah.
for me.
So to you, it's just I'm just gonna get better and do what I need to do. Got on varsity, but you would be given the same energy if you were on the JV team, man. That's great to hear. Great to have you though on varsity at playing Friday Night Lights. That's something big. Joaquin, I'll go to you now and ask you the same question. Um, you get that call to be on varsity, and not only that, but I think you're the backup quarterback. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So that's a lot. Sophomore, you never know when your number is going to be called on the offensive side. You play defense, you play cornerback, but your number may be called. That is a big responsibility, for a young guy as a sophomore. So what was it like for you? Was that a goal of yours, or when you told, "Hey, man, I made varsity"?
Yes, sir. It's always been a goal of mine to make varsity. Same thing as Noah. I'm always looking to improve, though. It's always just a game to get better at. Never be satisfied where you're at.
Man, that's great, guys. Great answers. And again, it shows a lot when sophomores, make varsity, but when they start. And then you, Joaquin, really having that responsibility. Well, you got to be ready because you never know when your number is going to be called, right? And then you got to get in there and know the plays. So you got to know the plays on defense, and you also got to know the plays on offense. So a big responsibility for these guys. Only sophomores doing a great job. As the Tuloso Midway Warriors are 3-0 going into week 4. And so, guys, let's talk a little bit about uh, you're undefeated, and I shouldn't say that, but you are undefeated because I don't want to jinx anything. But you guys are undefeated right now going into week 4. Noah, uh, what's that like? What's the feeling for you and the buzz around Tuloso Midway? Because going into Friday's game, man, undefeated.
It's an exciting feeling and like to be here, and also the coach is always a strive for improvement too. So and always be aggressive. So when we get to Friday, I hope we can just stay aggressive and do our job. So yeah.
You guys have been doing a great job. Us podcasters love to pump it up, right? We love to talk because we do a couple of schools, and Tuloso Midway is one that we talk about. And we let everybody know what we're doing down there. We want people to get excited. We want people to really know what's going on, the buzz down there in Tuloso Midway, because I live a little bit down on this side of you guys. And so, I'm always talking about Tuloso Midway, talking about the coaches and what you guys are doing there. So you guys have started off walking 3-0 for you. What's that feeling for you? Is that something that you strive? Obviously, every team strives to want to be 3-0, but at this point, going into week 4, what's the buzz like been over there for the team, the community, the school? Everybody got to be excited. You guys are going, to week 4, 3-0.
Oh, yes, sir. It's a great feeling to be 3-0 going into week 4, but we try not to let that get to like in our heads. We try to just focus on our opponent, prep all week, and then just go out there on Friday and do our thing.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach says here. It's the next team up. You celebrate it on Friday, I guess, right? You get the win. Come Saturday, you go back in, you start watching film. It's a new week, and let's talk a little bit about London. So there was a little bit. Joaquin, I'll go to you first. So I want to get your thoughts on the team. They kind of jumped up on us. I think we were down at halftime. So there was a little bit of a struggle there for us. But then in that second half, man, I'm watching the game. You guys just came out like a whole new team. I don't even think London knew what hit them. You got your running back, Damian Figueroa, for over 300 yards just in the second half alone, 5 TDs. It's almost unheard of, right, that people ever do this in one half. It's usually a game. So I want you to talk about just the game, get your perspective. What were you seeing in the first half that maybe it was a little bit of struggle? And then in the second half, we found something that worked that London had no idea how to stop. And we had that big night that ended up giving us the win 31, I believe, or 34-21, I think is what the score was.
Yes, sir. We came out a little flat-footed, I would say. Weren't punching off the ball off the first snap, and we just went into the half down. But our coaches gave us a good game plan for the second half, talked to us, and we just came out there and executed that game plan.
Yes, you did. Great defensively. And you play on the defensive side. Let's go to that for a bit, Joaquin. So, I mean, you really just spent a couple of points here. Total, we've given up more points than coach would like. Obviously, a defensive coordinator, coach definitely wants to put the 0 up there, right? But I think overall, we're getting better. What are you seeing from the defense week in and week out? What are you seeing from week 1 to week 3 that you can say, hey, we're improving? I know we're improving.
I would say we definitely improved on our pass coverage. We were a little sloppy week one, but been working at it, put the work in, just go over to practice and it just gets better.
It has been. I know week two gave up some big plays that we were able to shut that down to an offense, Joaquin, that loves to throw the ball, right? So I thought we did an excellent job defensively to get in there and get us that W. So kudos, congratulations on the defensive side. Coach talks a lot about on his weekly podcast, what we're doing, stuff that they're trying to put you guys in positions. It's a very young defense for people that don't know, right? A lot of young guys playing different positions, and I think defensively we're going to continue to get better every week. This was a good test for us to play a team that loves to throw and able to just hold them to 21 points. I think was huge for our defense. No, I'll jump over to the offensive side, and you guys, you just wear those defenses down in the first 3 weeks, right? The run game has been so effective for us that it's kind of like our bread and butter. I would say it's when the passing gets going, but teams know now that Tolosa Midway is going to run the ball. I don't know if they stack up the defensive line, but you guys up there in the front, because Damon Figueroa, as good as he is, and he's great, I think he's the best running back, I think, in the Coastal Bend for me, but he can't do that without that offensive line. What are you guys doing? What are you seeing? What have you been able to do in 3 weeks that he's basically getting 200 to 300 yard total in these 3 games? I think he's had 2 games out of the 3 that he hit over 300. What are you seeing, or what are you guys as a unit are able to do to open up those holes and let your back do what he does best?
I mean, we really have a good offensive line coach, and he really shows us how to execute our blocks and start to finish. And I really think that helps us out that we have a good online coach. And yeah, so
What is
uh,
the what is your offensive? What's his name? Your offensive coach,
uh, Coach Gonzalez.
Coach Gonzalez. Man, they're doing a great job with you guys. The run game. When you see these 300 plus yards and just 400 plus total yards, and of course the line sometimes, doesn't get the props, it doesn't get the love that they should, the kudos, right? But that our offensive line there, Toloso Mater, is one of the best. And to know, and Coach Mariel's talked about some of those players coming back next year. So that offensive line, as good as it's been so far in these first 3 weeks, we've got a lot of those guys coming back, which is an exciting. If you're a Toloso Midway Warrior fan, you got to be excited, because to me, that's where it starts, right? So kudos, Noah, for the job that you guys are doing up there, because you guys are doing one heck of a job. And it's just been great to see that total run game just go up 400 plus yards total in the game. Says a lot about our run game. And I think, guys, that we're only going to continue to get better. I want to talk a little bit about the upcoming game that's coming up here. You guys are going to be at home against Hebbronville. I think the team that is struggling a little bit, if I remember correctly. But coach always talks about you can't have a letdown, right? Got to come out and continue to play, no matter what their record is. They're the next opponent up there. I think we got a good opportunity here to go 4-0. But Noah, I'll go to you. What do you think you guys need to do to get another W and stay undefeated?
Keep on doing what we're doing and just focus on Friday, like just execute. That's what we really need to do. Like just
Just
yeah.
do what you do, right? I want to ask you a question. I always ask coach, but I don't know Damon Figueroa at all, right? And I think he's one of the best, like I said, not the best running back that I've seen. I see his numbers all the time. You see him consistently. I've talked to coach. I want to get your thoughts on his work ethic, just from another teammate's perspective. What do you see? Tell us a little bit, that the people that don't know him, his work ethic, what's he like there, practice, what does he put into what people see on the field? Because he's been amazing. He was amazing last year, and he's been amazing this year.
He's a hardworking teammate. He always does his job, and he just he loves every single teammate, and that really helps like his O lineman love him more and want to protect him.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are doing great offensively. I can't say enough about the work that you guys have done. Obviously, the off season and your offensive line coaches definitely deserve a lot of kudos for what they're doing, because obviously whatever they're doing, we're seeing the performance on Friday nights. Last week it was on Thursday, but you guys are doing a great job. And I think teams that are going to go up against Aloso Midway, because to me it seems like the defense, you just wear them down consistently. I mean, it's kind of been hard for teams right now to be able to stop that run game. They may stop it for a quarter, a half, but we haven't seen anybody be able to do that for 4 quarters yet. And it's just it says a lot about the players, the focus, the work that's been put in, and the work that continues to put in. So can keep doing what you're doing, buddy, because us Toloso Midway Warrior fans, man, we love what we're seeing, and I hope it continues throughout the season. Um, Joaquin, I'd ask you the same thing. You don't work with Damon close up, but what have you seen offensively from these guys, from the offense? Just talk about the offensive line, what you see from them. You're in the weight room with them. What are you seeing from this offensive line that impresses you as a teammate?
Sir, Damien, he's just a leader on the field. He's just a good guy, does what he needs to on the field and handles business, and that's why we're winning.
Yeah, no, it's always a plus to have him as a back, but again, I think it's team, right? I think it's the defense. We're getting better. Talk to coach on his podcast and some of the things that he's describing that right now we're trying to learn defensively. It's taken some time, right? It hasn't clicked in week one, but we're seeing, we played a team in London that loved to pass. We did a lot better, I think, in this week. You guys did. It's a young defense that's going to get better every week. I think we're going to be hitting our stride on defense before district starts. We still got a couple of games before that. And then offensively, like Noah and his boys just keep doing it. The big dogs up there doing what they do. And, we can't get that type of performance. It starts with you guys, Noah, and just, tell the other guys here from us here on the podcast, love what we're seeing. Keep doing what you're doing, because definitely it's working for us now. So guys, thank you for coming on. Just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you guys, talk a little bit of Toloso Midway Warrior football here on the podcast. Again, Warrior fans and surrounding areas, these are 2 starters here on varsity for our Toloso Midway Warriors. Young players, Joaquin, a corner, starts on defense, backup quarterback, and then Noah, who starts on our offensive lineup. Deep, Noah, you're a guard.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And so we're going to have both of these guys for the next couple of years, which is very, very exciting. And I'm glad that Coach Viriel picked you guys to come, 2 of our younger guys, that we can share this podcast to the community and let them get excited. And they know your numbers. Now they know your names if they didn't know. So when you get an opportunity, come on out. Friday, it's at home. They're going to take on a Hebbronville. We're off to a 3-0 start, looking to stay undefeated, go 4-0. And I think we have a very good opportunity. So if you haven't seen these guys, one of the best running backs on the offensive side, big offensive line, defense playing great. So we look to get the win, guys, on Friday. Good luck. And hopefully next week when I talk to Coach, we're going to be 4-0. I'm going to give you guys the final thought. No, I'm going to go to you. Is there anything else you want to say? Send a shout out to family, mom and dad, anybody, a coach. This would be the time. You can do it if you choose to.
Shout out to Coach Gonzalez. He's the best line coach in the district.
I believe so, man. You can't argue that point, can you? Know the way you guys have been putting up those numbers. There's no argument you could get from anybody right now, guys. Doing a great job. Joaquin, I'd ask you anything you want to add before, we let you guys go.
Shout out Coach V. I beat him in NCAA, and he's a good coach.
You beat him, and then yeah, he told me, gosh, you have some fun. Wow. So and so was he a little bit competitive, or did you just wipe him out? He
But I
did.
can't be beaten.
Yeah, he did okay, right? He's all right. He did okay. Listen, guys, I'm glad the buzz is great out there. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up, man. I am a Toloso Midway Warrior fan. I don't live in TM, but definitely support you guys. Love what you guys are doing. Able to talk to Coach every week on the podcast, get to be more familiarized with him and what he's doing out there. It's a great start. I know, guys, I'll end it here, where I know being undefeated is great, but I know the ultimate goal here is to win that district title, get it back in the playoffs, and get to that second round. That has been the ultimate goal for you guys. But I got to say, we're off to a great start, guys. So keep it up. Tuloso Midway will be at home Friday night against Hebbronville. So definitely come on out and support Warriors football. And then again, guys, on Wednesday, definitely tune in to the Coach V weekly podcast. That's James Viriel, head coach James Viriel, the athletic director there, comes on his show every Wednesday. This will be the last time it'll be pre-recorded. And then the next week, we're going to start going live when we do these. So we do the Warriors Players podcast on Monday. So next Monday, it will be live. Coach picks the players. Not sure who's coming on. Don't find out till they come on. But tune in to see who Coach will be bringing in next Monday on the Warriors Players podcast. And again, it will be live. And then on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday on the Coach V's weekly podcast, right? Coach James Variel's podcast next week. It will be live as well. So I'm definitely excited about going live. Guys, thank you very much. Good luck on Friday. And I look forward to next week. 4-0, baby. 4-0. All right, guys. Thank you very much. And you guys have a great day.
You too, sir.